Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So I posted something on Twitter yesterday which was very interesting and has inspired me to actually record this video. So my post was basically saying that if you are planning on being an entrepreneur, you need to start working on your sales skills. The reason why I say this is because you can have the most amazing product, the most amazing service, but if you can't get people to actually buy into it, you're not going to make the revenue that you need for a business, right? So we need to understand that as entrepreneurs, which is basic knowledge, we're problem solvers. As an entrepreneur, you locate a problem and you find a solution to it and you bring the solution to the market and you make money out of it. Simple, right? But now bringing the solution into the market and getting the market actually buying in, or getting your customers actually buying into your problem, is where everything eventually starts, right? So a lot of people actually mistake sales and marketing as the same thing. And I just want to give you guys a bit of a breakdown just before we start with the podcast and the books, just so you guys understand what I'm actually saying and what you should expect if you're going to start learning your sales skills. So the difference between sales and marketing is what you do to actually reach your prospect clients. So in this modern age, it's going to be your billboards, your magazines, what you invest in your social media, your ads and whatever. And your sales processes, sales is actually what you do to actually get the clients to buy your product. So this is the buying decision. This is what you do to actually make sure that the client signs your contract for you. So let me give you guys an example to differentiate the two, right? And this is the example in simple terms. It goes more complex than that. So for instance, if you put an ad on social media about your products and your services and they're absolutely amazing, you tell me their benefits, you intrigue me and I'm ready to buy. And then I come to your store and your sales, and there's no one to help me in your store. Let's say number one scenario, there's no one to help me in the store. Your cashier is quite nasty, can't answer the questions, doesn't even know where what is, can't really help me. You've lost the sale, because I'm probably going to walk out and be like, it wasn't worth it. They're not interested in my business, or their services are not so amazing, or they don't even know much about their products. And this is what basically then the sales solution is all about: getting the person to actually hand you the card and purchase from you, getting the client to actually sign the contract so that they actually process the deal, so that you get the revenue. So this is your revenue making procedure, which is a crucial and important part of any business. Whatever you want to start, a product or a service, if you can't get people to buy it, you basically have no business, right? So let's get into the 5 podcasts and books that have worked for me. I just want to say that there is so much more you can read, so much more you can listen to, but these 5 are what has worked for me and what I can basically recommend as a beginning phase for you to actually kickstarting your sales process, right? Number 1 is Sell or Die. It is available on Spotify. So all the podcasts that I'm going to be sharing with you guys are available on podcasts, and I'm going to share them down below. Sell or Die is basically a great one. So it's very challenging, and the amazing thing about it is it really inspires your mind to either sell or nothing. So basically there's stories and there's quite a lot of things that you can actually learn to realize that, wait a minute, as a business, I need to sell or my business is going to die. I need to make the revenue or my business is going to die, right? The second one is Brutal Truth. Brutal Truth focuses a lot on CRMs, focuses a lot of integrated systems that will help you better your sales processes. So this is basically if you offer even a service and products as well, if you offer both of them, services and products, you basically learn how to ensure that you don't forget to call this client on this day that you say to the client you're going to call them. So getting your credibility, but the behind the scenes of the sales processes and the eagerness, with quite a lot of motivation as well, which has really been inspiring for me. And the third one is Sales Gravy. This is by Jeb Blount. This is very informative, very, very short clips, which is very nice. So I normally listen to these when I drive a lot, or listen to these when I get ready, because they're quick motivational stuff, quick tips on what to do, quick tips on what to say to the client over the phone, quick tips on how you follow up. So these 3 podcasts for me have been very informative, and they help me quite a lot engage with clients, engage with prospect client, and do the follow-ups and really treat a client when they come in. How do I persuade somebody to actually sign my contract? How do I persuade somebody to actually believe what I'm saying about my product? Do you know what I mean? So these 3 for me are important. And then the other 2 are books. If you don't know this already, I am a sucker for good books. Not every book. I'm a sucker for good books. And these 2 books that I'm going to share with you guys have been super amazing to me. The first one is The Secrets of Closing the Sale by Zig Ziglar. So just a side note, anything by Zig Ziglar is amazing. He does quite a lot of motivational, inspirational, but very practical things as far as the sales and the mind and the psychology behind it is concerned. But this book, particularly if you can see, it's actually quite a thick one. very thick book. Gets into the technicalities of the sales, the techniques, the technological part of the sales, which is really amazing. I actually read this over a couple of years ago, and I'm actually planning to reading it again this year. But the nice thing about sales skills is you learn so much, and you learn so much about practicing them, that when you go back to books like these, you're basically just doing a recap of what you've been practicing and sharpening your pencil, basically, which is what it is. So this book is an absolute recommend. You can get it at any exclusive books. If you can't, you can actually order it online. Take a Lot, I know, still has it. If I actually find a link, I might link it below. I'm not going to promise. All right. And then the second book, which is the fifth one, is my absolute favorite. I literally talk about this a lot. Like, if you've heard me, if you've come to my speaking engagements a lot, or you've listened to most of my videos, I speak about this book a lot because it was life-changing for me. I started reading this book 5 years ago, and my life has never been the same. It is How to Win Friends and Influence People in the Digital Age by Dale Carnegie. This is one of basically my favorite book to this day. I read this book pretty much every year, and what this book does is it helps you speak to people, not just basic communication skills, but communication influential skills, right? So this book teaches you how do you influence someone to make a decision. How do you speak to somebody whom you know they're still contemplating making the decision, or that they're basically weighing you and another supplier. How do you influence them to actually looking into your contract a lot more? How do you influence a client to actually purchase right there and then? You know, instead of having a client leave you and say, I'll buy it later, how do you actually get them to buy right now? Which is important in business because you want the sale right now, right? So this book is a must. It will help your personal life, your business life, and your corporate life also. I would also recommend it for if you are still working, if you are still in employment and you hold the position, sales, marketing, whatever it is. This is a must read for you. It will teach you how to communicate with people, influence people to basically make decisions that would be in your favor. And it's not manipulation, all right? It's not manipulation. Sales is a certain level of manipulation, but you need to do it strategically to actually get the results that you want. So yeah, guys, that is basically my 5 podcasts and books. I've shared with you guys 3 podcasts, 2 books that have been super helpful for me, that I really think would be a great part of your beginning phase of learning your sales skills. And I really hope that you really take this seriously and you apply it. And I also want you guys to understand that it's not going to happen overnight. This is something that you start today, and over time you sharpen, you practice on your loved ones, practice at home, practice with your clients. And as time goes, you actually start learning these sales skills. You learn these techniques on how to get the sale, and at the end of the day, it becomes, I promise you, it becomes super fun, sometimes quite intimidating if you meet people that have actually done it before. And I want you guys to start thinking of salespeople that you've encountered. I'm sure it's not only me, but have you ever been in situations where you've purchased something when you were out, and as soon as you get home, you're like, I didn't actually need this, but the salesperson was that good. They actually convinced you to buy their product. They actually convinced you to buy into their services, which is really what a business is all about. You need to be able to convince your clients. You need to be able to convince your prospects to buy into your product, and start thinking about that. When you encounter salespeople, basically what you need to start doing is really listen to them, hear them out. And I know sometimes it can be super annoying, especially like your telecommunications, whatever. Sometimes I take telecommunications salespeople just so I can listen what sales technique are they using, how are they making me feel, so I can actually evaluate myself when I'm speaking to a client. How am I actually making a client feel? Is that what I'm also doing? And also in person, when I do have time, I will stop by and listen to a salesperson try to actually buy me in. And what I'm actually doing is I'm studying them, and I'm studying their techniques, and I'm mirroring them back to myself and saying, would I have sold this product like this? Would I have spoken to a prospect client in this type of business like this? And that helps you sharpen your business when you become a student in life and a student in general. And I promise you guys, these skills will actually help you convince your partners and people around your life to actually do stuff for you or stuff in your favor, which is really awesome. So yeah, guys, those were the 5 things. I definitely hope that I really hope that you really enjoyed this video. And let me know what you guys thought of it. Let me know if you have used anything. What books have you read? What podcasts have you listened to? What talks have you attended that have really helped you, uplift you, that have really, enhanced your sales skills or kickstarted your sales skills in your job or in your corporate world as well? Another important note to actually leave in this video is, even if you're employed and you don't plan on being an entrepreneur, these sales skills are important because they help you sell yourself right? You are your biggest commodity. And in this case, you're a little entrepreneur of your brand and yourself. These things help you sell yourself at interviews, help you sell yourself actually getting business for the company that you work for. So don't push it away and say it's only for people that are in business. It's only for people who want to get into business. It's also for you who are employed. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what has worked for you. Let me know if you've read anything, and let's engage. If there's anything that you've applied into your sales skills or anything that you've learned, let us know, and let's engage down below so everyone else can actually learn and kickstart their sales procedures and make them money. Have yourself an awesome day. I'll see you tomorrow.